Hello gin lovers and welcome back to No Nonsense Gin Reviews with me, Bobby Freeman. Now then, no gin review today because it's another cocktail video, and today we have for you the king of all the cocktails, which is of course the Gin Martini. So this one's been suggested by one of my subscribers, and again, my subscribers have the greatest names on all of YouTube, and today is no exception because this video has been suggested by none other than Era of the Capybara. So thank you very much for that suggestion, Era of the Capybara. I hope you like it. Now, the interesting thing about martini is no one really knows for sure where or when it was first conceived. Some people say 1800s, some people say 1900s, but no one really knows for sure. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. We're still drinking it now. It's all that matters, and it tastes great. I mean, it is kind of nice. I do like to obviously go into a little bit of the history and a little bit of a background about my gins when I'm reviewing them. But in this case, it's just going to be a case of making the damn thing and drinking it. Now then, there is of course many different variants of the martini you can get. You can use different sorts of gin, different sorts of vermouth, different amounts. You can have wet or dry. By the way, the wet or dry refers to the amount of vermouth that is in there. Okay, so the drier the martini, the less vermouth is going to be in there. The wetter the martini, the more vermouth that will be in there. And today I'm going to be making my favourite, which is the wet vermouth, where you have a decent amount of vermouth in there rather than just like a little kind of flavour of it. So let's get stuck in, shall we? First of all, we're going to need a glass, so I'll just make one appear. Oh, there we go. And we also need some ice in it, so... there we go, lovely. Now then, what gin shall we use for the martini? Well, it doesn't really matter. You can use whatever gin you want. I mean, some people out there are going to be saying, hang on, you should be making it with a vodka. However, traditionally, it is made with gin. It has been made with vodka since, obviously, Smirnoff tried to push that at some point because obviously wanted to sell more of their vodka. But if you go to a classic cocktail bar and just ask for a martini, it will more than often, most of the time, come as a gin. So, and this is obviously a gin channel, so I'm going to be using gin. And today, of course, I'm going to be using my old favourite Aviation. Now, the reason I have picked this one is because it works very well when it's neat. The London Dries, I don't usually enjoy that much drinking them neat. Now, I know this is not going to be neat. In fact, I in my video, I actually made a video specifically about drinking Aviation Gin neat because someone told me I shouldn't have been putting tonic in it. And I, like a complete idiot, drank it neat, but then popped a bit of ice in it to make it cold, which obviously was on the rocks. So I now look like an ignoramus in that video. Unfortunately, I can't remove the video, but well, I could, but I don't really want to because Ryan Reynolds, the actor who owns Aviation, mentioned me in a tweet about that video. So and it went out to all these 14 million followers. So it's one of my most successful videos. So I'm stuck with it, and I look like a complete knob end, as we say in the UK. However, that aside, let's get some of this in the glass, shall we? Now then, you are going to need about 60 millilitres, well, exactly 60 millilitres. Well, I don't suppose it matters really, but this is a measure for 60 millilitres, which is about 2 ounces. So let's get a little bit in there. Glug, glug, glug is the sound that it makes, just in case you were wondering. I like to pour with that hand. Get in there, old son. Now then we need about, the measurement is usually 3-to-1 in favour of the gin. Now, so you basically have a third the amount of vermouth than you do gin. So this is going to be around about, well, it's going to be 20 millilitres, so it's a third of that. So I do a bit of guesswork here. You just sort of, nice little squirt, stick them in there. A little bit more for luck. Now, the vermouth you need to use should be dry, really. Brand-wise, just whatever you fancy. The only thing to remember is that this vermouth is a wine, so it's not like gin where you can just stick it in the shelf and have it sort of months and months later. Once you open this, it's going to be oxidized and it's going to go bad. So you've probably got about a month at the most, I'd say. I just stick it in these squeezy things because it looks a little bit neater. But yeah, don't be letting the vermouth hang around for too long. Now then, where's the old stirrer? I'm going to stir him around like this. And you want to stir like that for about 20 seconds. So. Now, we also need a glass to put it in. So, put that down there, here we go. There we go, lovely glass. Now then, I don't usually like to use martini glasses. I find them a little bit top heavy, but I thought I'm making a martini video, I better go out and buy one. Now I live in London, right? You would think that there was going to be an abundance of martini glasses. However, the only one I could find was one with this horrendous sort of cheap looking blingy bit on there. So but if you're going to get one, please don't get one of those. It looks bloody awful. Just get the normal standard ones that are all glass, but that's the only bugger I could find today. Now, as you can see, I've popped this fellow in the old freezer. Just makes the glass nice and cool. A lot of people just put ice in the glass, but I don't know, I just think it looks cool to put it in the freezer and have it all frosted like that. I'm sure some expert cocktail makers will disagree with that, but, well, to be quite frank, I don't care. So then, we're literally going to strain this like this, straight into the glass, no messing around. Just gets rid of any ice shards that are going to be in there. Get it all in there like that. Beautiful. Now then, to garnish, depends what you like. If you want a dirty martini, then you put an olive in there. Personally, I'm not a big fan of olives. I've never liked them, don't like them. I don't even like the way they look in a martini. A lot of people will disagree with that, but it's just personal choice. So I like to use the good old lemon peel. So what you want to do is either have just literally a slice of it like that, a little peel of it, break it like that just so it just sprays a little bit into the martini, wipe it around the edge of the old glass like that, and just slip the bugger in like so. Personally, that's okay, but it just looks like it's floating around a little bit to me. So what I like to do, fish him out a second, I like to do the old twizzle. So get yourself a bit of lemon peel, cut it into a long thin strip like that, and then just literally twizzle it round like this. Okay, you can also twizzle it around a straw, if that makes it a bit easier. I don't find you need to do it. You just do that so it goes up like a spring, give it a bit of a squeeze. Probably best to do it over the glass, so again you get a little bit of that oil releasing. There you have it. Beautiful. And you can actually see all the oils coming off and on the sort of surface of the liquid. So that's sort of bringing out all those flavors in there as well. So there you have it, a beautiful wet gin martini. Cheers. Let's give her a go, shall we? Oh my God. I tell you what, I probably should, just to be responsible, just warn people not to have too many of these if you're wanting to stay in control, because this, my friends, will quite literally knock your socks off. In fact, if you're wearing socks, they will be removed immediately upon slurping the drink. It's obviously very strong because it's pretty much neat gin. But the good thing about using the Aviation with this is that it's got a wonderful, wonderful smoothness about it as well. And it just slithers down there beautifully. It's very, very nice. The lemon really makes it work for me. I just don't really know what the olive is bringing to it. To me, the lemon is the perfect combination. It also looks pretty damn cool as well. So that's me done for another day, guys. If you like this video, please, as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video and press the little bell button so you get reminded when all my videos come out. And of course, don't forget to check out my new channel, Bald Man Talking. And I will see you all next week on No Nonsense Gin Reviews, where I will continue to be Bobby Freeman. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.